What's up, everybody?
At the next light, turn left.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and good night to whoever's watching on whatever side of the world you're on. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're not tuned in live
Turn left
at
onto
the
West
moment,
Park Road.
then you'll see the live later on, and you'll tune in then. So it's a broadcast. Thank everybody from my channel that is subscribed, all of my fans, loyal viewers, and everyone across the world right now. Just want to give a huge shout out to everybody. Pat yourself on the back. You know, you did a good job. Gotta say you did a good job sometimes. Nobody else is gonna tell you. Or if you do have people that do tell you, well, blessings to you. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. Right now I'm in the process of refinement even further. I've been changing a lot of the things that I've been doing. You know, it's time for me to now take it to that next level, you know. I've been abstaining from pornography, no releasing,
Half a mile, keep right.
no releasing of any energy besides exercising. DeAndre Flyboy was good, my guy. All I saw was that icon, and I know who that is. I don't even gotta read the name. How you doing, broski? What up, man? Yeah, so I've been abstaining from everything. Now, you know, like I moved back to New York, so I've been going to the gym with my trainer. Been working with my trainer, getting ready to fight. And I'm in the Bronx, so I'm like, okay, well, what's the next step? What's the next step for me to get to where I need to get to and do what I need to do? And I'm just telling y'all how it is, I'm just telling y'all like what it is. That I go through my own personal struggles just like everybody else. I'ma post it on my page, on all my social medias, on my Instagram, my YouTube, on my Facebook. I'm gonna post it all on all of those things and let y'all know. But you'll definitely be seeing it. You'll definitely be seeing it.
Then use the right lane to keep right to merge onto Garden State Parkway North.
Bonjour. What's good? I'm chilling, man. How you feeling? Yeah, so I'm definitely posting on all social medias. Working with Aaron Davis right now, one-on-one. I'm proud to say that I'm working with a former champion, two-time super middleweight champion. So that means a lot to me that I brought myself back to New York after all the things I've been through and all that. I brought myself back to where I came from, and I'm starting where I need to start, and I'm doing what I need to do without any fear. Without any fear, you know what I'm saying?
Keep right. At the next stop sign, take a slight right turn.
And I'm going and I'm doing it. Don't get me wrong, I just drove past a Wawa, right? You would think I would love to go inside and get one of those soft pretzels with the salt on it. Can't do it. I got things about my health that I need to take care of before it's too late, before something bad happens to me. My whole life I've been freaking. My whole life I've kind of been like eating more carbs than I needed to. I'm still going. So it's tough, but it just, you gotta go for what you want. If that's what you want, go for it. So yeah, I've been going through so much stuff. I've been going through different pains and stuff that I never thought I would have. I'm like, what the fuck are these pains I'm having? What does this mean? Like, I'm dying. I'm like, I'm so seriously thinking to myself like that. You gotta be dying or something, right? So just coming to that feeling was like, wow. How could it be you, Angel, the one that was like, always trying to be in the gym, always trying to stay healthy and do all this stuff? How could you be the one that was gonna get sick out of all the brothers? It's like, you never know. You just never know how life is, man. I went, like, we don't know what day we're gonna go, Nothing's promised. But the only thing I could do is just keep, fighting, keep trying to be the best version of myself. That's why I said, like, how many people told me don't go back to New York? It was like, oh, don't go back to New York, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Doreen, that's not a bro. That's a sis. What up, sis? I forgot. I know who you are now. I remember you. Yeah, I appreciate you. I'm going to keep my chin up, It's tough, but, like, everybody goes through their struggles and shit. Like, nobody, they say you can't win them all. It's true. I think about how many times I went back and forth to the hospital for like stuff recently, like trying to figure out what was wrong with me and all that. And they're just like, oh, you're good or whatever. It's just you need like a little iron or you need more B12 or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's gotta be something more. Because I'm having other pains and different stuff, different symptoms that could be more serious. So I was like, bro, you only got a limited amount of time left before whatever it is that's fucking with you takes over your whole fucking body. So I said, it's best that you heed these warnings. God has never been something or he's never been the type in my life to like lead me in a direction that I can't be led out of without him. Like, at the end of the day, I've been forgiven for so much by God, and I've been made to be stronger. Why would you go back to New York? Because they have the best boxing gyms on the side of the world, on the side of America that I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Where I was at, I was in, like PA and Jersey. You got Gleason's, you got Gleason's, you got Church Street Boxing. These are boxing gyms that champions have go to. So I said, well, let me see what's up with Morris Park Boxing Club. Let me see what's up with them, because I went there before and I know that the owner of the gym is a champion. He's a champion. So I said, why would I want to be trained under anybody else but a champion? Like, it makes no sense to be trained by anybody else but a champion in whatever sport you're trying to be champion at, whether it's golf, football, whatever. Of course you're going to want the guy that actually won a championship or two. That makes you know that he's legit. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're doing. You know doing. So I figured, who else could, I figured, I was like, oh, who could I go to get what I need at this age in my life after having squandered so much time, after having made missteps by being with women and taking my time being in relationships, trying to prove that I was a masculine man by being with these women, taking so much of my energy that should have been going into the gym. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate you, Doreen. It's true. Yeah, you want to, like if you was a painter, you would want to be trained by a combination of like, you would want some of your teachers to be like Leonardo da Vinci, Van Gogh, Picasso. These would be the people that you would probably go to, maybe even some others that I can't, mention or whatever, but I can't remember. But I know that Leonardo da Vinci was probably the one you would want to go to, because he did, I think he did the statue of David. You know what I mean? So it's just the same concept. I just figured it would be a door into the world that I needed to get into, so I can come up with the money that I needed to, take my baby mom to court and get some custody of my son before I get up out of here. God forbid anything happens to me, but Lord knows, God knows, God's watching over me, and I don't foresee anything like my chapter being closed, because at the end of the day, I'm just a vessel for God's plans and God's glory in and of itself. So, at the end of the day, man, God looks out for his children. So I have faith, ultimate faith. I never was the type to say God is not going to be there for me, or like I've always, like when I was praying or whatever, or when I was always thinking about God, I always had this feeling like, no matter what I'm going through, I know that God loves me, and like this is what God wants. He's trying to teach me something, and that he's never going to leave me alone. So that was like my thought process behind everything, and it still is kind of. So I just look at these as tests, like I've put myself in this position by eating in a way when I could have done the research when I was younger, and done more research. Instead, I got into other shit, relationships, fucking looking at porn, or trying to experience life in so many different fast ways, smoking weeds, cigarettes, drinking, being angry and aggressive with people instead of addressing my issues. All those things I could have done better with. So I don't want to be like, damn, this person put me in this position, or this person. Yeah, maybe, growing up with my mom, yeah, maybe, certain things did happen. She didn't teach me how to drive. She didn't help me get car registered to the apartment, or insurance registered to where I was living. It was always like something was funny with it, you know what I mean? But like, whatever, you can't go back in the past. But, I want to make it clear, like, even though we say sometimes we can't blame people, let's be real. When you say that, like, it's true, but at the same time, like, we know that we play a major role in everything that happens in the world. If I was to go and do something bad to somebody, and they carry that with them for the rest of their life, they can blame me for it, right? Don't they have the ability to blame me, or right to blame me? Yeah. And they also may be right in saying, or they also may be right if their life went kind of like wrong from that situation that I did. So it's like, it's just hard, man. You gotta both recognize that you should forgive people and move on, but that also that your moves are very important, and that they affect people and things in the long term. Because if you can see things from both those angles like that, then you can see, like, in the future and in the past, in a sense, and like bring those two together in harmony, like forgiveness as well as discernment is like, will elevate, I think, anybody to a different level of appreciation and understanding for life. Like I said, I'm at this point, man. Got a lot of things I'm trying to work on and do. Not eating any carbs, testing out the theory, testing it out to see what's going to happen to me if I just stop eating, like stop, if I lower my, because you know what happens when I like neglect going to the gym and I just say, okay, well, I just got to work all this week or all this month or 2 months to get my bills right and all that, I get sick from that. Exactly. I gotta learn to grow. I don't forget. Yeah, I feel you for sure. Doreen. You know what I mean? It's a tough battle between, the physical and the spiritual world. I'm on my own mission, guys, definitely on my own mission to accomplish some big things. And a lot of that is just developing discipline, developing certain laws that I don't break for myself. Like the other night, okay, I did Uber all day yesterday. I didn't have anything but a bag of like peanuts from Dollar Tree, and I only had like a little bit of them because I didn't like the dill flavor. I was like, yo, fuck that. I'm not having no more. Even though it was in the shell and it's more healthier than in the can or in the other thing, because they put like cottonseed oil and this oil and that oil on it. Even though it's healthier inside the shell, with the flavoring that they added, I was just like, it was cool in the beginning, but then it was just like, oh, this is nasty. So I gotta go, I gotta just start eating like healthier all the time and see if my body changes and responds. My body starts responding well, then we back at it, you know what I mean? Because I'm back at it regardless, kind of like I said to myself as soon as I got to New York, you know what I'm saying, it was, as soon as I touched down, I was going to hit the gym. And I hit the gym the very next day that I touched down. And I told myself, okay, you can eat what you want and shit, whatever. But you gotta like cut some other stuff out. So I cut some other stuff out, and I'm just now like at the point where I'm just like cutting out more and more stuff. I stopped going to the gym now, so I stopped watching, any type of porn. I'm on semen retention right now. I feel a change slowly is coming. I feel it like more, getting more aggressive, more energy. I've been eating my beets and stuff. I've been, feeling that a little bit. But I've been feeling like the cigarettes from the stress that I've been going through. Okay, you ready? Yeah, something like that, Doreen. So the stress that I was going through during the whole time that I was like just working before I even made my move to go out. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate you, Doreen. I appreciate you, Flyboy. Yeah, same to you. Same to you. I wish you nothing but blessings, and I wish you and your family nothing but blessings. I hope that everything, you fulfilled some goals that you are trying to get into or you may be interested in accomplishing. Everybody has goals. Most of us do. I'm sure you with a great head on your shoulders and somebody that would have some goals in mind for the near future or for the long term. So I'm just at this point where I'm doing like a complete reevaluation of my movements and trying to get a lot of sleep. I actually was first couple nights that I was there, I was having like what I wanted to eat, like Chinese food, different stuff like that. I was having a lot of like sandwiches and stuff, and I was like, you can't keep doing this. Number one, it's too expensive. Number two, it ain't enough food for the fucking price that you're paying. If I get 2 orders of chicken wings and vegetable fried rice, that shit could be gone already. Like I could fuck around and 13B. Hold on one second, y'all. I could fuck around and eat both those orders. And that's a fact. Both of them. In one sitting. So, it doesn't make any sense to spend $24 on that. And that's all you get, and the food is gone after that. Or you put 2 chicken wings in the refrigerator with some of the leftover rice, but next time you go to eat it, all it's gonna be is 2 chicken wings and some rice. Like, that's not enough, bro. That is not enough. I need like mad chicken thighs. So what I've been doing now is like, I go to ShopRite. In the beginning, when I first did my little move, I was getting food from the store and shit because I wasn't acclimated to my environment yet. I wasn't completely acclimated, so I would say like I was kind of like not really like timid. I wouldn't say that. I was just like like figuring out what my moves was gonna be, figuring out the parking and shit. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit to this shit. It's not as easy as you think when it comes to parking and stuff. Yo, appreciate you, Doreen, mommy. Stay tuned in. I'm gonna be, posting shit, letting y'all know what's going on, and just stay locked in. I love you. If nobody told you they love you today, Doreen, I'm telling you I love you, alright? That's from the bottom of my fucking heart. Yeah, man. That's from the bottom of my motherfucking heart.
Half a mile, make a U-turn.
Yeah, nigga. 50 Cent. I need to pull into this motherfucker right here, motherfucker. I'm telling you, I love you, Angel. Oh, for real? You know what? DeAndre Flyboy, I think I love you too, bro. Seriously, man.
At the stop sign, turn right on.
You guys have been there for me when I was down and out. You seen some of my worst moments. Y'all seen me when I was literally at my worst. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've always been real with y'all. Give me 1 second. I always been real with y'all, no matter how many people was watching, whether it was 200 people in this motherfucker, whether it was just 2 or 3, whether it was 20 people, whether I was talking bullshit or not. I always kept it real, even through the jokes and shit. Like, it may not seem like it. A lot of shit might just have been sounded like it was jokes, but it all was meant to like motivate. It was all meant to show you could do it. Whatever you want to fucking call it. It was just meant to like it was meant to set you free. And I hope that I was able to at least make some people feel better about themselves. You guys have made me feel better about myself. How's everything? Katie's, yo, what's good? What up? Everything's good with me. I cannot complain, man. Getting better and better by the day. Better and better by the day, you know? But yeah, I gotta definitely make sure that I, live a certain type of way, because if not, over time, how you move could eventually catch up with you, Like, so you always gotta make sure you're doing the right thing, like. It's very important. It's extremely important, you know? So, gotta make sure you're in your P's and Q's. I got like the mark from the damn glasses on me. Yo, but DeAndre Flyboy been rocking with me for a minute, yo. Like, kudos to him. Shout out to him. He seen me when I was at my worst. God damn. I didn't really want y'all to see me at my worst, but I displayed it so that, people could be motivated to believe that, maybe I could actually do something with my fucking life. Maybe it's not over yet. Maybe it's not fucking over. Fuck. Would you look at that? So what I did was I switched up a little bit. I said, okay, well, listen, motherfucker. You want to fucking have, I said, you want to have carbs, right? You want some type of carbs. You want carbs, right? Okay. You like carbs, right? Well, you're not eating the right type of foods, I said. Like I said, you work out a lot, but you still eating Chinese food. How you gonna expect to fucking have a cut stomach like the way you want to if you can't work out the way you want to because you gotta work too? So you gotta play it right. You gotta do the fucking formula correctly, Ange. If you need to, work while doing this process, understood. But you can't abuse your body in the interim of doing that, because you say you're gonna work extra, you're gonna do this and do that. Like, each one of those categories takes a toll on you. Even having, like, maintaining friendships and stuff, I had to, like, I saw you make your own Chinese food. Yeah, I definitely did, and I might need to go and do that again. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate you reminding me of that, because, sometimes we forget about the things that we do and how good we are. Sometimes we forget that, like, who we are and all the good things that we have in us, good things that we've done. So, I appreciate you for reminding me about that, because sometimes I do get down like everybody else. I feel like, oh shit, why is life kicking my ass like this right now? But, like I said before, man, it's all a learning process. I got so many, like, little things that I do. Like, I got my ring, right? My ring was starting not to fit my finger again. It was starting to, like, I got it resized like 2 times. It's crazy. No, did I get it resized 2 times? No, I got it resized once, and then I had to take some off on my own. So I used, like, a sander that I made out of, like, a nail file, and I did the inside so I can get some extra room. So, because I was like, damn, this shit is a little too tight. I knew I was gonna grow bigger, because going to the gym, I was like, I know initially when I go to the gym, I'm gonna start eating more to gain the muscle and gain whatever muscle I'm gonna need for, like, moving and whatever. And then I was gonna cut, so I was like, you don't want to do that, trying to, like, go in and get strong and all that shit, and don't feed yourself in the process. So And in the process of doing that, I wasn't feeding myself the right things. I was eating like, Chinese food, like I said. And if you think about it, okay, Chinese food, right? If you go into the buffet like 2 times a week, and you're talking about, oh, I just went to the buffet yesterday, I'm going today, blah, blah, blah. If you eating fried foods like that every day, slowly it's gonna catch up to you. Slowly. Like, it may not be initially because maybe you're working out and shit a lot, or maybe you working out and you fasting here and there and this and that. But if it depends what food you eating when you go there. Now, I had gone from eating what I wanted to like lowering down the amount of rice, eating more oysters and chicken. I've gone through so many different like little things. And then I just got to the point where I was like, well, it doesn't make no sense for you to come in and pay $15 and eat fried chicken wings, because if you eating them fried chicken wings, you getting all that grease that they fried it in every little wing. And that's something that should be like a delicacy, something that you shouldn't even really be eating fried foods. In the position I'm in, what I should be eating is like baked chicken. So that's why, I started doing that in my crib. No, it don't have the flour on it. It don't have the oil from being fried. It has its own chicken fat, which is way more healthier and better, I'm assuming, for the keto diet is good. It worked for me. I think that I did some things wrong on it, but the keto diet is great. Honestly, that's what I'm on right now, kind of like a keto diet where I'm just gonna be eating mostly like protein. Every now and again I'll probably might have a scoop of rice or 2 scoops of rice or whatever, but it's not gonna be nowhere near what it was before. All sodas are off limits. Now, when I was doing my Uber and shit, for like 2 months before I even made my little move or whatever, I had to pay off so much shit. So I was just like, fuck it. If I gotta work all day, let me go get this halal, let me get a grape soda, blah, blah, blah. Throw some barbecue sauce with grape soda. Last night, like, I'm give you an example of my changes that's happening. I was doing the Uber, I was hungry as fuck because all I had was the peanuts. And I threw them away. I was like, this shit, I don't like the way, the dill pickle flavor is on the peanuts. So I went late at night and got some halal platter. It comes with a soda. So I said, let me get a grape soda. Then I was like, you're not gonna drink that soda, right? You already read what, with the high fructose corn syrup, the red 40, the blue 40, you already read all of that, right? So you can't have this, right? You know that this would be horrible for somebody that's trying to fight like onset diabetes or whatever you call it, like pre-diabetes, or high insulin resistance. So I said, you've got markers of those things. Don't be stupid. You can try and hide all you want, but what you do, it comes to the light eventually. So I said, you know what, man? Fuck this soda. I put the soda in my glove compartment. I sure enough ate the halal rice and chicken, but there's a difference when you just eating halal rice and chicken, halal lamb, chicken, rice, and vegetables. It's a complete difference. It's a complete difference than when you have, a 16-ounce grape soda along with that food. It's a complete difference that's going to happen to your body by having that soda with that food. So, it's not to say that soda's completely off limits for the rest of my life, no. But at this moment in time, if I'm fighting fatigue and all these weird things going on, different pains and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm feeling all these things and, I'm feeling like, okay, well, something's got to give. So I got to make that thing give. And that thing that's going to give is the things that I could change. So I said to myself, yo, like I said last night, I just have the lamb and rice with the chicken. Because you know, you're hungry as fuck. There's nothing open right now. You're doing Uber. You don't have no hot food. You want protein. I didn't want a cheeseburger because of the bread. It would be too small as well. It wouldn't be enough protein for the price. So I said, well, halal platter, it's halal chicken and halal lamb and beef, so you should be okay. I said, all right, do that. Now, the day before that, though, when I was in the house, I only had baked chicken. I just had baked chicken. I didn't have no nothing, no carb, no pasta, no nothing. So it was hard, but it was very doable when I know that there's something that I want to accomplish. So, I just came to, I just came to just complete understanding that I was like, okay, well, listen, do what you're doing, continue doing what you're doing, but just remain like faithful in your plan to like, you're now in the city, you now where you need to be to go do the boxing. You paid off what you needed to pay off. You did what you needed to do. You went through all the steps. Now you said, you're ready to start fighting these niggas. So, and you under the perfect tutelage of a former champion. So I just been like I said, just adding on to it. Every day I've been like, I don't listen to nothing bad no more on no more rap music, no more like crazy, funny, nothing that could put me in a bad way. I don't listen to it. I don't do it. So, I've been listening to self-help before I go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like self-help books, how to become a better person book, how to become stronger, more disciplined. I've been listening to those audio books. Waking up after like 2 hours, like, oh shit, this shit's still on, turn it off and go to sleep. But like I'm feeding my mind what I need to feed my mind, which is that I can achieve my goal. I need to be disciplined and have certain laws that I follow that I don't break. And that if there are laws that are set in stone, that these laws keep things in order, I need to follow them. Like as if I had like a loving dad that's sitting right beside me watching my every move. Like, oh fuck, my dad's gonna be disappointed if I do this. I may not have grown up with a father past 10 years old, but everything before that, my father was very hands-on with me and showed me love. So I know what it's like to actually have like a father. You know what I'm saying, in a sense. So I know the difference of having that like you wanna like impress your dad or whatever. So it was like I gotta be my own worst critic. I've been changing so much. Like I said, I had to lower my desire for like certain things. I had to like tame it. Not only did I have to tame it, I had to like tame my insatiable appetite for food and other things. But attention as well. I had to start telling myself sometimes like purposefully, don't look at that woman. Don't look at that woman right there. I had to tell myself that, and I still have to do it every day. It's not easy because I'm a human being. I'm wired a certain way. It's like we're wired a certain way regardless. So there's some ways you can turn off the switches and stuff, and you might be wired a certain way, but if you know how to finagle with the wiring, you can make it, you can mod things. So at the end of the day, I'm just doing my part, putting that work in. They'd be like, oh, the only way you only get out what you put in, and it's true. So I'm at that point where I'm just trying to like put in all the work, bull, and let it show. Let it show. So every like I've been testing things. I've been testing. It's been about like 2-3 days so far that I've been trying to like elevate my health. I've been lowering the amount of cigarettes I've been smoking, lowering the amount, like I've been doing all this shit mathematically. All of it mathematically. Like a science. I've been lowering everything that I've been doing. So, the next step, I'm just going step by step right now. I check the mirror every day to see if my skin's getting better. I check more healthier looking, more vibrant looking, more softer. If the signs of high insulin start dissipating more, which they are, like most of the if I had any slight darkening of my knuckles or elbows or knees, it's almost on its way out completely. So, it's been a long, arduous process. But it started from the day as I told myself as a young man, like you can't keep eating like this, or you can't keep